Hey, Darla. What am I supposed to do with all of your stuff you sent me? If you're trying to unload your old makeup and clothes, could you not dump it on me? I'm not a garbage truck, you know. And if you're gonna send stuff to my place, at least shoot me a call beforehand. Lucky for you, it's my day off today, or I wouldn't have even been around to grab it from the postman.
What the hell, Matilda? Did you open it? That's not what you were supposed to do. That's my stuff. Damn it! They were all addressed to me, right? Come on, sis. Respect a little privacy, will ya? How do you like it if I rummage through your things? From now on, hands off. Got it?
All right. My bad. I got a little curious. But you're still to blame for sending all this crap to my place. I mean, why on earth did you even do that? Looking at the boxes, it seemed like you packed it all yourself. Why the hell do you need to send me your underwear? I'm pretty sure most people with a functioning brain don't ship their personal belongings to their older siblings' place, especially when they're living with their partner. Care to explain? The addresses were printed out, so maybe you screwed up and used the wrong address by mistake? If you were trying to send it somewhere else, I could help you out if you tell me the right address. But just know, I'm gonna charge you for it.
Whoa, hold up, sis. Slow your roll. You're jumping to conclusions here. I didn't mess up the address. Everything is going to according to plan. I'm moving in with you starting tomorrow, and I need you to vacate the premises ASAP. Alright? Cool?
Excuse me? What? I think you've lost your marbles again, Darla. You can't just kick someone out of their own damn house, you know?
It's not fair that you get to live in some fancy penthouse. I want a place like that too. I deserve to be in a luxurious spot with a killer view, just like anyone else. You know, that's why starting tomorrow, that place is gonna be mine. So, I want you out, okay?
Yeah. Do you think I'm going to be okay with that? You're not making any sense. And I hope you understand that. I don't know what your definition of fair is, but that penthouse belongs to me and my boyfriend Lenny. All right? You can't just expect to move in like that without any permission, all while kicking out one of the previous residents of the place. That's not how life works. I know you weren't exactly the smarter sister, but I'm starting to get worried about how dumb you can be at times. Is everything okay? Anyways, I'll just send you back all your stuff. I hope you understand.
Matilda, everything is more than okay. It's great. You might think I'm stupid, but this time you're the one who's being the dummy. Because I have permission to move in. Lanny gave me the go. I mean, why wouldn't he? We are a couple, after all.
A couple? What's that supposed to mean?
A couple means a couple. We go out, we kiss, we cuddle, we're dating. Lanny is my boyfriend, not yours. That's why I'm going to live in that penthouse with him. Duh.
Lenny and I are engaged. You know that, right?
Aw, poor sis. Do you still not understand? You and Lanny are over. You guys aren't a thing anymore. Lanny was tired of you a long time ago, and it's finally time that you broke up.
A long time ago?
We've been dating for more than a year now. I'm glad you never noticed though. If you had, you probably would have got in our way every time Lanny told you that he was working overtime or that he was going out to meet one of his guy friends. He was actually secretly going on a date with me. Well, most of the time, but it was still a lot. Are you surprised? I bet you are. Lanny's mine, Matilda. We're madly in love. We're lovey-dovey, and there's nothing you can do about it.
I knew you were an airhead, but this is going too far. You know that's cheating, right?
It's not cheating if it's true love. If anything, you're the one that's forcing him to cheat on me. It's time you ended your relationship with Lanny. Say goodbye to Lanny and leave the rest to me. I'll make sure to make him happy as a wonderful couple living in a beautiful castle, also known as a penthouse in modern times. A parasite like you shouldn't be living with Lanny. Just get out of there.
A parasite, you say? I wonder who you're talking about.
Duh. You, obviously. I thought you were the smart one. I know that you're making Lanny pay for all the rent. You don't help him pay the bills. And you even make him pay for all the food. And it's not like you don't work. You're just being stingy and hogging all your money for yourself. But you still make Lenny pay for everything with his pay. It's not fair. What do you even need all the money for? Are you trying to buy another penthouse? How greedy can you get? Someone like you deserves to be called a parasite.
Interesting. So let me get this straight. You're saying that I'm making Lenny pay for all the rent and that I'm making him pay for all the food and necessities. I'm assuming Lenny told you that, huh?
Yep, he told me everything I needed to know. He told me how you're always so bossy and that you demand so much from him. He said he'll be willing to listen to you just a bit more if you were a bit more sweet. But since you always act so blunt and cold, he figured that it'll be way too much to expect from you. I think he's actually super tired of you because there's more. He said how he hated the way you never show any gratification. Even after he pays for everything, he feels like he's not being appreciated. He also doesn't like your cooking. Apparently, it's always undercooked and tasteless. And he also said he despises how you only do the bare minimum when it comes to housework. He said that he has to do all the cleaning. Poor Lenny. When I move in, I'll do all the housework for him.
I see. Interesting. Very interesting.
I could go on forever. But anyways, he basically wants to live with someone sweet, who's willing to be a loving wife, just like someone you might know. I'm your polar opposite, which means that I'm perfect for him. He said that he'll love it if you could love him in a way you couldn't. And I said, I will. I mean, I don't blame him. If I was a guy, I would 100% choose someone precious like me over a cranky tomboy like you.
Right. Thank you for the compliment. I think I heard everything I needed. I'll have a chat with Lenny, just to sort out the details and make sure you aren't lying to my face. If what you said is true, I suppose our engagement will be off.
Yeah, you should definitely go talk things over with him. You should do it now. I would really love it if I could start living in that penthouse as Lenny's fiancé.
Lenny, do you have a moment? It's nothing serious. There's just something I want to ask you.
Yeah, sure, babe. What's up? You wanted to ask me what I want to eat for dinner? I'm feeling like Italian, but you can decide the details.
No. Actually, I heard that you were going out with my little sister. Is that true?
Babe? What? Babe, why would you ask me something like that?
Dala just texted me. She said that you two were going out behind my back and that your relationship has been going on for over a year now. Apparently, she's going to kick me out of the house tomorrow and live there with you. And you gave her the green light. Is that true?
Come on, Matilda. I thought you said it was nothing serious.
Answer my question, Lenny. Did you cheat on me or not?
Fine. Yeah, it's true. I cheated on you. No, man. I thought we decided on not telling you anything until we actually broke up. Why did she have to tell you now? Couldn't she just wait one more day? I can't stay mad at hot chick like her though. I guess what's done is done.
Good to see that you show no signs of remorse. So you admit that you were cheating and going out with Darla. And you won't deny that you were trying to kick me out of the house?
I mean, I don't know how much you actually heard from her. But yeah, what you said so far is all true. If she told you that we're dating, who knows what else she told you? There's no point in trying to hide it anymore. Even if you don't know everything, you're going to find out sooner or later. Better to be a man and admit it. So yeah, I'm going out with Darla. She's a sweet girl.
Fine. Then answer me this. Is it true that you told stories about how you're paying the bills all by yourself? And how you feel underappreciated because I never thank you for anything you do for me? Not to mention, you think my cooking is really bad and I never help clean up the house.
What? Do you have a problem with that? Sure, I may have exaggerated things a bit, but it's basically the truth. Even if you do share a bank account, I'm paying more than enough for the bills. You should be thanking me more. How much do you even deposit? 100? 200?
I'm surprised you don't know, considering how you're claiming that you're paying more than I am. I figured that you should know.
I don't have to know. I know that you're making me pay more than enough, which means that either you're not paying for anything, or even if you are, it's only a couple of cents. No matter how much I do for you, all you do is complain. Come to think of it, you even complained when we first decided that we should move into this house. I always do so much for our dream house, but you never show me any signs of gratification. It's like you're not even interested. And I'm tired of it. I knew it would be living hell to marry someone like you. I needed a way to get out of this mess. And that's when I found my saving grace in the form of an angel.
I see. So that's what you thought, huh?
You and Darla are the complete opposite. Unlike you, Darla's gentle, charming, and she knows how to make a man proud of himself. Living in a penthouse wasn't enough to make you happy, but she's more humble. She was impressed just at the thought. I think every man would want to live with a girl who appreciates the luxuries of living in a place like a penthouse, rather than someone who complains about it. You should learn a thing or two from her, Matilda. It'll help you become a better girl.
Yeah, sure. Whatever. So that means we're going to break up, right? And you're going to live with Darla?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm sure my parents will be fine with that too. I know that they didn't really get along with you, but they'll definitely like Darla a lot. She's everything a guy could wish for. Most of all, she's sweet. And being sweet is the most important trait to look for in a woman.
I would reevaluate your priorities if I were you, but whatever. Suit yourself. I see that I'm not wanted here, so I guess it's time to officially break up. I'll withdraw what I deposited from our bank account. I'll give you my card back afterward, and you can hand it over to Darla if you want to.
Nah, I don't need to. Darla's gonna be a housewife. She doesn't need to worry about the cash, as long as she makes my dinner.
Fine, then, I guess. Let's hope she'll do her best. I'm guessing you want me to take all of my belongings out as soon as possible. So I'll send all of my belongings back to my parents' house for now. I can use Darla's boxes, right? I'll leave by the end of the day. I hope you're happy. Thank you for everything you did to me, dear ex-boyfriend. I hope you have a happy future. Farewell.
Yeah, you should definitely learn something from your sister. I can tell you're being sarcastic. Can't you at least try to be a little bit more nice? But whatever. As long as you're out of the house, I guess everything is okay. I'm looking forward to living with Darla. Want us to send you a postcard? Maybe it'll help you understand what it means to be a wonderful girlfriend and wife.
No, thanks. But actually, before I go, let me just say one more thing. If you two last for more than 3 months, I won't buy you a drink, but I'll still applaud you from the bottom of my heart.
Matilda, I'm so sorry. I need you back right now. Please, help me. I can't take it anymore. The place is a complete mess.
3 months exactly, huh? Well, I guess that technically counts as you two successfully surpassing my expectations. Congratulations to you too. I couldn't have expected less from you.
Come on. This isn't time for jokes. Things are so wild back at our place. Everything is getting out of hand.
Uh-huh. Go on.
You won't believe it. Just today, I've had to deal with 3 explosions. The kitchen stove, the washing machine, and the shower for some reason. I get the first 2, but how in the world do you make the shower explode?
I don't know. Dynamite?
It's not just the explosions. Over the past 3 months, all of our cooking utensils became useless. It all got burned down to a crisp. And we had to remove any fragile plates or cups out of the house because sooner or later they would shatter into a million pieces. Don't even get me started on the fridge. I don't know what's in there right now, but I'm too scared to look. I just know that the last time I took a peek inside, I fainted after smelling a whiff of ungodly odor. All of our pipes are flooding too. You don't know how many times I've had to explain ourselves to the same handyman. The handyman and I are practically best friends at this point. Please, you have to help me. This is living hell. Actual living hell.
Yes, that must be my angelic sister. Good to know she's the same as ever. I don't know how she does it, but ever since she was 5, she would destroy the house with a touch of a finger. Must be talent. It's actually very sad because she's always trying her best, but somehow she always ends up with a huge mess.
She always ends up like this?
Something tells me you didn't know this. I guess that makes sense. I bet you didn't have the chance to see what it was like living with her, huh? Darla's a professional when it comes to destroying a house. All she has to do is turn on a stove, and 5 minutes later, the fire alarm starts ringing. Give her a glass cup, it'll fall to the ground the next second. Have her use a vacuum cleaner, and for some reason, she'll suck up something, making the machine clog up and break down. Why do you think she was living with her parents before she moved into your place? It was so that our parents could make sure she didn't accidentally kill herself.
But why? How? She said she was good at cooking and cleaning.
Yeah, so there's two possibilities. One, she lied to you. Or two, she thought she became good at it, but it was only because she was under our parents' supervision. Take your pick. Either way.
Come on, seriously? Okay, fine. I guess you're being serious. I mean, I saw it myself. But what am I supposed to do with her now? I used up all of my money to pay for the repairs. I'm broke.
Calm down, it's not so bad. Darla might not be as good as cooking and cleaning as I am, but she is sweet. And if I remember correctly, that's the most important trait to look for in a woman. Time to be a true man and show her what you got. You got it, pal.
I was wrong. There's more important things to consider. Matilda, I swear, I'm really sorry. Could you please come back? I'll even break up with Darla. Please. I need someone who actually knows how to make scrambled eggs as my partner.
No, I'm not your housekeeper, Lenny. You got what you wished for. Now, all you have to do is take care of your sweet darling of a household angel. Good luck, my friend.
Matilda, I just got a letter from the building management. It says that we didn't pay for our rent and that we have 2 weeks to pay up before we are kicked out of the building. What is going on? I don't understand. Please, I need help.
People coming to me for help 2 days in a row? Wow, this might be my chance to start my very own search engine.
Why isn't our rent paid? Shouldn't it automatically be withdrawn from Lanny's bank account? Lanny went back to his parents' house yesterday and I can't get in touch with him. You need to explain this to me.
Sure thing, little sis. So you might not know, but Lenny and I used to share the account. I withdrew my share from it when I left him. I'm guessing you two ran out of money. And that's why that notice came. Was this answer helpful? If you have some time, why don't you give us a rating from 1 to 5, with 5 being the highest? All right? Great.
Not great. Nothing's great. I'll give it a go. Matilda, I can't imagine you're salty, but you just can't steal money from your ex. Give it back. I could call the police on you.
Huh? Very funny. No, I didn't steal a single cent. I only took out what I put in. And I was fair about it, too. So I made sure to consider how much of what I put in was used to pay the bills. I made some calculations and only took out what was left. I knew this issue would pop up sooner or later, so I even kept a note. I can show you how I made my calculations if you want. But I'm sure all you find is that I was actually being pretty generous with you two.
Huh? Hold on. You paid for the bills too?
Yeah. Want to hear the nitty-gritty about that?
Well, never mind. That's not important right now. Maybe later. Anyways, I don't like numbers, so I'll take your word for it. But if you only took what was yours, why isn't our rent paid? I mean, Lanny should be paying for it even if after left. It's his house too.
Yeah. You should probably tell him. It costs more than $1,300 a month to live in a penthouse.
Excuse me?
I bet that's all he deposits in the bank account per month, right? I mean, that's how much he used to deposit back when we were living together. I hate to burst the bubble, but there's no way you can live in a penthouse by only paying that much per month. Just because he used to pay $1,300 every month for his previous apartment doesn't mean that's enough for a new place. Especially if his new girlfriend isn't helping with the rent.
Matilda, isn't that common sense?
Oh, it looks like we finally agree on something.
He doesn't actually think $1,300 is enough for a penthouse, right?
I'm sorry, little sis, but if you got that little notice, chances are that he still thinks it is. The world is a large place. Sometimes the people that live there can surprise you.
Oh no.
If I remember correctly, His monthly wage is about $5,000. I don't think someone like that should be living in a penthouse. I told him so back when we were looking for a place to live together, but he just wouldn't listen. He said that it was his dream to live in a penthouse, and that if we were going to live together, it was better to find a place where we could settle down for good, instead of going through the trouble of moving over and over again. So, penthouse it was. Although, I really tried my best to stop him.
His monthly wage is $5,000? What? The actual what? How are you supposed to live in a penthouse with that salary? I mean, I guess you can live in it, but that's it. You can't pay for anything else.
I know, I told him so. I warned him that if he wanted to live in a penthouse, he would have to either get several promotions or find a better job. Of course, I was going to pay half the rent, but I was still worried about his savings. But then he got all upset about how I hurt his feelings or something. So he ran all the way home to his parents' house and had them give me a lecture about what it means to be a good wife and whatever. Pretty funny considering I wasn't even his wife back then. Anyways, I didn't want to make a scene, so I decided it was easier if I just covered the expenses. Plus, his parents made me swear that I don't talk about his salary anymore. In retrospect, it was a pretty bad move. Good thing I don't have to worry about that anymore.
Wait, so you were paying for the rent too? Just like the bills?
Duh. What do you think I was using all of the money for? I'll have you know my monthly wage is double what Lenny earns. I had the luxury to spare some cash to make my lovely partner's wishes come true.
But then, what about what Lanny told me? About how you were making him pay for everything?
It was obviously a lie. He said he exaggerated things a bit, but it was definitely a lie to impress you. Anyway, all he paid was $1,300 a month. I paid for the rest, including the cost of food, bills, and necessities. And you probably know this, but he expects the woman in the house to do all the cooking and cleaning. Maybe that's fine for a housewife, but I was working just as much as he was. It's not going to work out. So if anyone's a parasite, I'd say it was him.
No. This can't be true. I can't believe it.
To be honest, even back then, I wasn't sure if it was the best idea to stay in a relationship with someone I had trouble agreeing with. I wasn't exactly on good terms with his parents either. I really didn't like them, and I had the feeling they didn't like me as well. Especially his mom. I guess in the end, everything turned out fine for me, and it's all thanks to you. I imagine things will be tough, but I'm sure you'll be able to handle whatever comes your way with the power of love or something.
Hold on, Matilda. I can't handle this. I didn't know Lenny didn't have money. I thought he was rich. That's what he said, and that's why I dated him.
Well. I think we finally found a real parasite. Good luck draining the cash out of him, if there's any left.
Please, you have to help me. What are we going to do if we actually get kicked out? Where would we go? Please come back. I'm still your baby sister.
Huh, not in a million years. Besides, older siblings are always supposed to be mean to their younger siblings, right? Good luck. I wish you the best. In the end, Darla decided to chase Lenny down. She traveled all the way to his parents' house and had a massive fight with Lenny and his mother. Apparently, it was hell. Lenny would make up excuses. His mother would pamper her son by defending him no matter what. And Darla would accuse Lenny of being a liar and his mother for being a part of the problem. Finally, the neighbors called the police on them because they thought someone might get killed in the midst of the argument. Darla and Lenny broke up and they both decided to leave the penthouse. They still had to pay the overdue rent and remaining repair fees, so they decided to have the costs. It still ended up being a lot of money. Darla tried to have our parents pay for it instead. I heard she begged Mom and Dad for the money, but since they knew how she initially stole my boyfriend, they weren't willing to help. After Darla made a huge scene, they eventually agreed to let her borrow money from them, but only if she started working and pay them back by the end of the month. Apparently, she's working hard as we speak, although she still breaks a vase or two every single week at her office. Lenny had his parents, mainly his mom, paying for his portion of the bills. He later came over to my place and begged that we get back together, but it was obvious that he just wanted me for all my money. A few months ago, I saw one of his friends telling him on social media that he was a fool for letting me go, since I was obviously much richer than he was at the time. He got super angry at his friend for insisting such a thing, but I suppose he eventually decided that money was more important than pride. Hopefully, sooner or later, he'll realize that there was more pressing issues, like how to change his rotten attitude. Anyway, for the time being, I sent him off on his way. I haven't heard from him ever since. Hopefully, these two learned their lesson from this experience. If they learn from their mistakes and become a better person as a result, maybe there will still be something redeemable. As for me, after I left the penthouse, I had been living under my parents' roof while looking for a new house to live in. About a month before Dollar and Lenny came to me for help, I moved into my new house in the suburbs. It may not be as luxurious as the penthouse, but I decided it was more of a suburban person anyway. Even if it was one of the smaller houses, I still felt lonely living alone all by myself. So after everything unfolded, I adopted a pet dog. We've been living happily together ever since. It's nice to look after a boy who can actually love me, especially if they're willing to love you back, and not just for the money.